We are now live on YouTube. If you guys want to join in over there instead of over here, if this is cool, sit still, be chill out, get ready to talk about some good topics tonight. We have some great things to touch on. If you have something that you want to jump in with, go ahead and say it. But we're about to start and do this introduction to this podcast that we called
I can't with you.
She didn't even catch on to it, y'all. Y'all see she left me out.
My
this
bad.
Podcast that we call Brains and Beauty. Okay, let me make sure I do it right though. Hold on.
Yes.
You're right. That's probably why she didn't catch on. Okay.
That's why I didn't. Yes.
All right, here we go. All for the podcast family. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Podcast land, Facebookers, IGers, YouTubers, and everybody across the world. Because our podcast is all over. This is Brains and Beauty
times 2. I'm Shayla.
And I am Miami. I did that for Shayla today.
She did.
Hey, Ben.
She definitely did. What's up, Trey? We missed you too, boo.
I know. So podcast family, welcome. YouTube family, welcome. IG Live family, welcome. Also, Facebookers have got a link to come over. So, what's up, everybody? How everybody doing? How everybody cruising? What's
how you living? How your family living? How your teachers living? How your co-workers living? How what's going on? Because I feel like we haven't been on here in a while, even though it's probably been a week and a half.
It's just a week off. Just a week off.
We took a week
and
off.
The reason why we took off was because the Versus. And baby, the Versus was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Snoop and
they are straight
DMX. Snoop and DMX was phenomenal. That shouldn't have been free. Like, I'm grateful that it was free. We deserved this in this doggone pandemic, but it was so good. I had a good night in my house. Like, I had such a good time. I ate my food. I had my red wine. Like, I was in a concert.
I was watching with Bay, and he it was definitely good. Like, I honestly forgot how many songs I actually loved of DMX's. I was like,
I know.
Damn,
I know.
It's not on my playlist. Like, how did I forget these songs? So as soon as it was over, I added all of them songs. All of them. I think I already had some of Snoop songs on there, but I didn't have all them DMX songs. I completely forgot about.
I know.
I was jamming them the next day on the way to work, though.
I know. I think everybody underestimated DMX when he was going against Snoop. They forgot about the songs he had. But it was such a good at-home concert. When I say, like, I was on Twitter, like, everybody was on Twitter. We was having a good little time on Twitter. Like, it was just a good time. So that's why we missed out last week, you guys. So sorry to not pop up and show up. But we had to support the culture and be a part and witness history,
For real.
So, because who knows when those men are not going to be here anymore. So it was good to just see them interact and love on each other. It was just a good
support a
thing.
Black-owned company, honey.
Yeah.
That as well.
Yeah, that too. They just got signed to Apple TV. So I watched it on Apple TV instead of Instagram Live. And not Apple TV, Apple Music.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Which was good because I was able to watch it on my computer instead of on my phone. So it was kind of just cool. It was so cool. But to break that open, we want to start off with a PSA today. We want to congratulate every show that has been added to Netflix, every back in the day show, from The Girlfriends to Moesha to my God, so many shows. Let me make sure I say all the shows because I know them the only two that I know off the top of my head.
It's about time. It's about time that again, you know what I'm saying, we start getting recognized for what we bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make some great content too. We have plenty of movies and entertainment that should be added to every streaming service. You feel me? Like, I'm just glad to see that it's finally happening, and like I actually can go on Netflix and find shows that I really like, either can relate to or relate to a character, or just see people like me on the screen. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. It truly is.
And on top of that, they basically are going to be supporting those actors and those actresses because like they're about to start getting royalty checks. Those shows on a shelf. Girlfriend, Sister, Moesha, The Game, 101, The Parkers, Half and Half. Like, these are some good shows.
The Game, them was my shows right there.
Girl, yes. So Netflix is supporting the Black creatives, culture, people, because those actors, those people who were a part of the whole thing, who was under contract back then, they get royalties as well. And it's just good to just see Netflix support our culture and our early history.
Tracer, The Game, what? Yes. I will be watching that again, binge watching.
Yeah. And I believe all of them start going slowly one by one, starting in August. So Moesha comes on August 1st. The Game seasons 1 through 3 drop August 15th. Sister September. Girlfriend September 11th. Big day. The Parkers October. 101 and Half it's October 15th. So shout out to I just wanted to say shout out to Netflix. Netflix, thank you so much for supporting our culture even back then, because those shows were big and major for us. Yeah. Especially Moesha, child. I got my whole life in morals. My morals was captured. It was captured around Moesha. So that's what I grew up on. You know what I mean? Like, I was grateful to have something like Moesha, who waited till she was dating safe and had little issues, but she handled them kind of good. I mean, even though I didn't handle all my issues good in high school, but some of that stuff, that was my real life. Another PSA real quick before we get into our topics tonight. Michelle Obama, new podcast started today. So we want to just congratulate Michelle Obama. Of course, her first guest was Barack. So her and Barack started off the podcast today, and I just thought, like, how dope is that? It is only on Spotify, you guys. So if you want to go check that out. And I'm not even gonna say that's our competition, because ain't no competition when it comes to Michelle. She's standing to her own little lane. So shout out to the new podcast, man. Shout out to the new podcast. I think it's gonna be cool.
Congratulations, Mrs. Obama.
I know, Mrs. A miss if you're nasty.
Oh Lord, I can't. I can't.
But you guys, we're gonna start the show off tonight with what we all need to be talking about right now, which is our mental health.
We got to, because in today, like, what's going on today, and just, you know how normally I guess when we think about mental health, we don't normally think of people in our culture kind of going through things like suicide, because that's not really something that we're like known for. I feel like you don't really see too many signs of us doing that. And I feel like in recent years you've heard more and more stories of us committing suicide or going through depression and all sorts of stuff, or at least maybe us recognizing it
and voicing it too.
And voicing it,
and voicing it too.
You know, as a people, I think a lot of the times that we push certain things to, like, not us, we don't go through this thing, or we don't do A, B, C, and D. And I think now you're just starting to see just some more cases of it. For example, Tamar. And I was shocked when I heard the story, and then heard the playback of her boyfriend with the 911 caller, and just Kanye, just kind of his outburst late. Like, I mean, I think as time has gone, he's just made even more and more like a genius, but a genius that clearly has some kind of issue, because some of his
it's just a lot of pressure.
Don't make sense.
I think sometimes. Go ahead.
No, I'm worried about us, and I'm wondering now, what is it that you guys think that we should be doing? Like, obviously during this pandemic, it causes more stress, it causes more, but these are people who are, what you consider well off. So if they're not going through the kind of stresses that we're going through, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're not human beings and they don't have stress, but they're not going through the kind of stress that normal people are going through, maybe when it comes to financial stress and stuff like that. So what is it that you guys think that we should be doing for our own selves, for our own self-care, for our own mental stability? Because this is just crazy.
Yeah, it's I think now the reason why we see people voice about it and everything is a little bit, more acceptable now to even talk about having some mental health issues. Like the word mental health issues are coming out of our mouth as Black people is becoming a little bit more, I'm not going to say popularized. I'll just say common? A little bit more accepted. Yeah, common and accepted. And I think like Ben said, like Trey say on IG, that's where it starts. It starts actually coming out and saying there is an issue. Yeah. And unfortunately, those celebrities and those people who have platforms, unfortunately, unlike, us and regular people, like we go through those things not on a social media platform, right? We don't, if we're having a breakdown or something like that, the whole world doesn't jump in and know all our business. It may just be a few friends, it may be a few family, so for them it's very heightened to the extreme because there's probably somebody just like Tamar, somebody just like Kanye West out here going through those same things. Somebody like Kanye West just tweeting crazy. Nobody has not recognized it. You know what I mean? Somebody like Tamar who, I hate to say allegedly versus what has happened about pills and all of that. Like somebody has went through that. It's true. Dorothy Dandridge passed away because she took pills on pills on pills. You know what I mean? Like that's how Dorothy Dandridge passed away. So to see that Tamar went that route, it was very hard to hear because she is Tamar. What's good? What's up, Tamar Shins? You know what I mean? Like she is always at it and on it. And not to say she was perfect, not to say she was never going to struggle with nothing, but it was just like, wow.
It was still, it was definitely a shock because again, what we're used to seeing from her is one where you don't think that this person is going through something so severe where it's to the point where they're like, I don't even want to be here.
They're ready to go.
Like I have a kid, but I don't want to be here no more. I have a new man, but I don't want to be here no more. Like I have family that loves me, but I don't want to be here no more. I think that's the part that makes you be like, what could you possibly be going through that would make you just say, I want to end it all? Yeah. On top of the fact that we already know what she believes in. So it's like, and we know what that's supposed to mean in our culture when you try to attempt suicide. So I think that was even more shocking for me.
Yeah. Like, I have to agree too. Because as a believer, you know that we are supplied strength while we are totally weak. Yes. And if you feel like the strength isn't big enough, you have to sometimes step back. And going back to your question, when you said, what do we do? Before we even get to that position, it's like, step one, talk about it. Step two, like Trey has said, ask for some help. You know what I mean? It's like as he has continued to say, Benjamin Trey on IG, y'all check him out. Normalize therapy too. So just get to the point of normalizing therapy, normalizing talking to somebody about something or realizing, hey, I do have an issue going on. I feel some type of way. I know for myself, like right now I am on Instagram break, right? For my personal page. I feel like sometimes I have to break away because I feel the urge of, sometimes I feel like I'm sharing too much or I'm depending on my own little personal thing. So for me to get a little bit more peace with myself and recognize there's some things going on with myself, I need to pull back. I don't want to be scrolling all day. I don't want to be not even scrolling all day, filming all day, like filming my own. Sometimes I have to check myself like, bro, like you're filming your whole day. You know what I mean? Relax, like chill out. So when I feel like that and it feels like some type of trigger, I have to pull myself back sometimes, reevaluate what I have going on, reevaluate my real life and what's going on with me, without that being a hindrance or maybe a cover. You know what I mean? Yeah. So little stuff like that you can do is like try to catch some triggers of what can I guess what can be a part of different type of things going on in your life, like different type of emotions, different type of ups and downs you feel, or you feel like, oh my God, I still got this to do, I still got that to do. And for them, I really don't know. Like for Tate, like you said, they have the money, they have the platform, they have the family, they have the friends, they have all of these things. So it's like, what is it? And it could be internally, but then you, like you said, but you know God and you have God, and both of them,
yes, both,
you know.
of them.
So Kanye just basically rededicated his life. So to see him go through that, it's a testament once again that just because you're a Christian, your life ain't just easy breezy, beautiful cover. What makes you a Christian is knowing that no matter what I go through, I have to have my faith to push me through, and know that my God will supply me with peace that I have no idea what he even brings it in or how it even comes in and comes over me. So that's what I do sometimes. I have to pull back.
Sorry, okay. Go ahead.
Feedback. I just heard feedback.
Yeah, no, I took it. Okay, go ahead. You good?
Okay. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's up, Ish? I'm gonna just wait because your finger, girl, keep going on and over and over. Your fingers everywhere. You good? I'm sorry, podcast family. Shayla is all, you know, she's touching.
It's all kinds of things going on the screen right now, and I'm just trying to make sure it's good.
Okay.
Oh Lord,
I'll wait for you, girl.
Okay, go ahead.
You good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So anyway, that's how I feel. It's step by step, one step at a time, and not being afraid to open up to anybody. It's like to anybody facing suicide. Like, I don't have the correct words, I don't have the right saying, but what I can say is, please try to open up to somebody, just one person. You know, I don't know if she would have opened up to him and told him. I don't know, you know. I don't know. It's just so many different levels of mental health that this is something new that we all have to learn and be okay with discussing and actually learn more about it. So besides just saying I'm overwhelmed, or I have anxiety, or I feel like suicide, it's like, okay, we have to figure out and learn what are all the beginning stages, what are the triggers behind all of this stuff before you get to the last level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think just pulling back and just focusing on you and focusing on God and focusing on your thoughts, like having them play out, write them out, like you have to go through that. And you can't sugarcoat it with work. You can't sugarcoat it with no relationship. You can't sugarcoat it because both of them are in relationships. Kanye is married. She is in a relationship with this man. You know what I mean? Like, they are both in these relationships. So it shows no relationship, no career, no sex, no drugs, no liquor, no nothing. Mm-hmm. Can sugarcoat it.
You definitely can't. Like, I just think that in times like these, people really have to learn to start just like taking extra care of themselves and paying attention to certain things more than they normally would. And you just have to make sure that you're focusing on you, and whatever, again, when you start to become or feel overwhelmed, that you have to learn to evaluate what's important and take a step back from anything that's not truly important in that very moment. Gather your thoughts, get yourself back together, realign, and come up with a plan, strategize, and then start again. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And but then sometimes you have to back away.
Yeah, you have to. And then sometimes you don't even have to strategize nothing. You just have to be. You have to just give yourself sometimes just to be. You don't have to be on 100 all the time. And I think sometimes our culture, while we're in the mix of this mental health thing, we are also in the mix of, if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
If you ain't doing nothing, you're lazy. If you ain't doing nothing, but sometimes you really have to pull back and just be. Let your feelings come through. If you're feeling down, okay, live through that. You human. Or are you Jesus? Oh, okay. So You have to pull back. Let's be real. Like, you have to pull back sometimes and let yourself just be. You don't know what has triggered you to feel sometimes, and then sometimes spirits just come all over you and you don't walk into something. You don't even know. You done ate something. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know what triggers are. So sometimes I just say, if you don't have it all together and if you don't have a plan, just be. Just look forward to the next day. Just one day. I'm going to look forward to waking up tomorrow.
One day at a time.
Yeah. I'm going to look forward to waking up tomorrow. Today, you know what? Because let me tell y'all, let me just be real. Some days for me, when as a full-time entrepreneur, it is some days I have to pull back, and it is some days I have to do nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing all day.
But you have to be self-aware. You have to be aware of your own emotions to know when to do either one.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times people are on 10 all the time. They're just constantly moving. They're not really paying attention to those signs that say, look, I'm doing too much. I'm overwhelmed. Now I'm all over the place and I'm not focusing on the things that are important. Now my health isn't good. Now I'm eating like crazy. Now, it's so many things that will show you that something's not right. We just have to be paying attention.
Exactly.
So I'm praying we are praying for everybody who is going through something right now.
Exactly.
Whether it be health-wise, whether it be mentally, whether it be physically, financially, whatever it is that you are going through, we're just praying that God gives you the strength to see it through, for you to have perseverance and the peace to understand that He will get you through it. Peace beyond understanding. Because
without peace, there's no perseverance. You cannot persevere. Persevere or go through nothing if you don't have the peace to be patient to get through it.
That is so true.
Right? So you can have so much determination. You just so motivated. If there's no peace, so that you can be patient with God as He leads you and directs you through that day, through that whatever you're facing, you ain't gonna get through nothing. I don't care how much drive you have. Yep. You better have the peace to have the patience, baby. If you don't have the peace, every time I go through something, you guys, this is my tip real quick before we move on to the next topic. Ask for peace first, so that you can handle the strength that He gives you, so that you can get through and pass through stuff and have your sword and everything to get through. But it has to start with asking Him with peace and knowing that He can provide it. You have to feel it on the inside. And if that takes for you to go lay down for 3 hours or an hour or 30 minutes or whatever you have allocated to do so, even in the middle of your day, of your work, if you have to walk away from your job, go in your car, sit down, take a 30-minute break, take your lunch break in your car, whatever you have to do to try to start with your steps of peace, you have to do that so that you can even carry on strength. How can you carry strength if your mental is just, your peace is just not even there?
Yep. We live in a society where everyone's telling you what you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be, what you should be doing now, who you should be at 32, who you should be at 28. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just so important to remember that wherever you are in life, that you have to be okay with where you are now. There's nothing wrong with striving and wanting more, but you have to have a certain kind of peace in your life now and say, Lord, I need you to give me the peace to be able to understand that I'm blessed and thankful for the things I have now, but give me the peace to be able to calm myself and be able to plan and focus on my future without feeling like I'm a failure or I feel like anything other than a
what you have said.
Yeah, you have to be able to do that. So we are praying for that for everyone who is going through something, whether you're going through something or not. You need to pray regardless, and we're praying for that for y'all. So,
amen, girl. I'm with y'all on that. Like, just one day at a time. Sometimes it's one day at a time. Is let me get through this day. Yeah. But I'm looking forward in the morning. Let me see how tomorrow goes. My thing is just say, let me just see how tomorrow goes. Yeah. That's big strength. So you don't have to give up in today and want to get to the next level. Let me just see how I'm done with the day. Let me just see how tomorrow goes. So that's my advice. Amen. But moving on to the next topic for tonight, you guys, which is a good one. It is, which is part of this one too, is the lessons that we have learned and the positive things we have learned so far in 2020, in this pandemic, up to this point, in July, about to be in August in a couple of days, what have we learned? What is something positive that we have learned so far today, during this whole mess of what's going on, supposedly mess? But what have you guys learned? And what have you realized so far? Starting with you, Shay.
I think what I've learned, or what I take as positives from 2020, is just being thankful for every literally every day, every moment, every person that's in my life still, every, like, anything and everything that I have, and even being okay with the things that I don't. Like it's.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone goes through things, and they go through certain things for a reason, and we all have to learn how to be appreciative for what we have in this moment. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with wanting a better life and all that kind of stuff. But I'm appreciative for what I have now. I'm more appreciative, I think, than ever at this very moment, because so many people are like dying left and right. I feel like every day somebody new is gone. Whether it be a family, whether it be friend, whether it be celebrities, whatever it is, it's like it's every day somebody's leaving here. And I think you just take life. I think a lot of times you just take life for granted. Like just the simple fact of being able to go outside, the simple fact of being able to kind of do what you want to do and go here and go wherever you want when you feel like going. But now we can't because there's curfew. And I think we just take so many things for granted. We take our jobs for granted, even if we don't want to be in them. We take our jobs for granted because there's so many people now that need a job bad because they're trying to they just need to get by. And so I'm just thankful for everything. I still strive for more, but I am thankful for the Lord keeping me, for allowing my family to be healthy. I haven't had any, issues in my family, or any like really terrible issues with any of my like really close friends. I haven't had any of like thing like that go on. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the time I get to spend with people, because you never know when they're going to leave here. And it just makes me have an appreciation. And I don't wake up anymore like, I got to figure out how I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. I wake up now with a sense of, thank you, Lord, for a peace that you just don't understand. Like I have peace. Nobody can mess up my vibe. Nobody anymore. Like I nothing bothers me like that anymore. Period.
Yeah.
So that's where
good.
I'm at with it. I think it's taught me that.
Yeah. Trey on IG, he said, we see how important communication is right now during this whole thing, and how anything is actually possible nowadays. That's a positive in this. We've made major headway with how we do things now, especially when things we would have never thought of. Example, doing things virtually, altering how we interact with each other, basically continue communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has also taught us discipline with working from home, starting new ventures, and staying healthy and consistent.
Consistency. Ooh, that's a big one.
I think that's a big one that comes up, the lessons that we're learning right now. Now that everything is more acceptable being virtually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why we ain't do this before? Because we thought that, like this. We thought we had to link up every week, even though there's something wrong with us. Like, I miss us linking up every week. But who would have thought that this would have been acceptable?
Yeah.
And it would be okay to not put so much stress on driving at night and being over here late till 1 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Editing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it has just made life a little bit more appreciative, knowing that, yes, you got to stay consistent.
You have more flexibility.
You still have to have your stuff together, but you don't have to stress yourself so much nowadays when it comes to how you communicate on many different levels with people, business. Like even with me in real estate, I used to have to. Oh, why is that paused? Yours said pause too?
It just went out for some reason. All right, podcasters, IGB, sometimes it just happens like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand.
I know.
For some
IG
reason, it kicked me out, and I'm trying to get back in. And okay, now I'm back. I'm back in. I just don't understand.
Yeah, sorry, podcasters.
Lord,
sorry,
Lord.
YouTubers. We're focusing on IG.
Technology. You gotta love it.
It say you left completely out of the chat room, so now I'm here by myself. What's up, IG? We're waiting for Shayla to come back in. Until then, it's just me and you.
Requested.
What's up, Mr. Conweezy?
The Detroit Live join. What's up?
Okay.
I see Mr. Conweezy. We got Detroit in here.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So we're back on IG with Shay. I don't know what in the world happened. But anyway, still talking about lessons learned so far in 2020. What are the positives that you guys have witnessed, have felt, have seen? Like I said, I was in the middle before I was rudely interrupted. Instagram. Like I was saying, even in my real estate, I'm able to do. Yes, we could have done phone calls. I'm able to actually talk to a future client via Zoom.
Yeah, and not feel no kind of way about it.
Yeah, like before it was, let me make this appointment. I got to go see them at Starbucks, or we got to go meet at the office. Like we have to go do this. Now it's like, I don't have to go nowhere. And you're okay with this Zoom, and you're okay with this FaceTime, baby. You know what I mean? Like that's work. Like that's dope. Like it just saves time. I feel like we are entering a whole new space of living life as human beings and ticking and talking. You know what I mean? Like I just think we are in the beginning of history. So this is changing a lot. My lesson so far, my positives, has just been okay. I mean, as I always been, but now I feel like this has taught people to be okay to just chill.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to go to the beach every week or every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's okay to have downtime and be appreciative of going out to a beach, knowing that we are in a pandemic.
Yeah.
It's okay to be, oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. It's okay to be,
Instagram. What can I say? Just blinking out over here.
Okay, that was me. I done pressed the little voice control. Okay. It's okay to focus on mental health right now. We are forced to focus on it. We are forced to see what makes us have more peace. We are focused to explore more about ourselves. We are focused on now what brings us clarity, what brings us peace, what brings us growth. For me, growing my spiritual life is just these last 2 weeks. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like I'm just on a whole nother, from me going to bed and how I'm waking up right now. And I really mean that. Like I am just, I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it at that because that's between me and him. But I am just in such a great space spiritually right now. Being not anything, but being reminded of why I'm a Christian and what's my calling and what I was sent here to do as a believer in many different ways, not just, bringing everybody to Christ, but using my gifts and talents that he has given me to be able to pour into those people and be in spaces to represent him too. You know what I mean? And represent in so many different levels, in so many different ways. So being able to just sit still with myself, I mean, as I always done, but I think now I'm just getting more in tune to like, it's okay to have a down moment because again, as an entrepreneur, you always got to be on 100.
Yeah.
Because if you're not on 100, what you gonna be on? 5? Okay. You are your business. But it's okay now to sit back, enjoy the smell of the roses, and not feel so bad about it because guess what, Angela? You're not the only person in this world going through the same thing mentally as you. And we're in a pandemic. You know what I mean? So I'm just learning to just I was already breathing, but really breathe and be okay with not knowing it all. and not having it all together, and not having all these plans, and not having all these steps. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll be on it. But and be trying to, be on it. But I'm not beating myself up. I got to stop beating myself up more. And I'm just starting to realize that the last 2 weeks. Like, I really, like, me and Shayla had this conversation outside of this. Mm-hmm. And I had to literally go back and watch myself. Like, I had to go back and watch some stuff I did not want to go watch and look at it for that. So I went back and watched myself on a lot of our stuff that we've done. And I had to see, like, that's what she was talking about. Or that was whatever. And it was like, but why? And there was some other things that I had to get with God about, and why this and why that. But anyway, I don't want to have this to be my little my mental health situation right now. But I had to be real with y'all. I don't want to sugarcoat nothing and hold nothing back as if I have everything like I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I am far from it. Like, totally like far from it. Like, way over there in Greenland. You know what I mean? Far from it. Not even moon, Jupiter far. So just rediscovering who I am in 2020, even in a pandemic, where I don't have a lot of stuff a lot of people have, and still being able to focus on other things, because a lot of people are focusing on family so much. They're focusing on, my God, I have to whatever. I'm trying. I can only focus on what I got. I can't add more blood to my line unless I have a baby and have babies and have, people come back from the dead. But that ain't gonna happen. Baby's part can't happen. I'm talking about people from dead can't happen. So just realizing what I have, like you said, Shay, being okay with what I have and not being so worried, like, dang, I wish I had a gang of family, like a gang, you know what I mean? But I've been blessed with friends. I've been blessed with friends of the family. I have to be just more in tune with what I have and not be so concerned about what I don't have when it comes to family, because that's the thing I kind of like what I don't have. That's one of my things that I have to get over. That's one of my hurdles. It's not being so focused on what I don't have when it comes to family. Everything else is whatever, but sometimes I find myself like, dang, I wish my mom was here. I wish I had a mom. Oh, I wish I had grandparents. Oh, I wish I had brothers and sisters. Oh, I wish I had like all of these family ties that I don't have, And that's a reality check for you guys who don't know that about me. Like, it's just, that's my thing. And I compare myself a lot to that. Like, dang, I don't have this and I don't have that when it comes to family. But it's like, no, pull back. Who God brought in your life?
Yeah, there you go.
Reevaluate those people.
He supplied you with other things, and
you know what I mean. Restructure that. Who is it? Who are they? What do they do? What are the positives about them? I have to break that down, and that's what I struggle with in comparison. Yeah. So, just realizing that I really do have family in a different form, and I have to just be more blessed and more appreciative and more grateful, because everybody who I consider family right now is just so dope. So anyway,
amen, child. Amen.
But yeah, girl, moving on. Any effects? Go ahead, Shay.
All right. So this topic is we were basically discussing, like, okay, so since we're all going through obviously the same pandemic, we all going through the same stuff. Would you say your relationships, and again, if you're not in an actual relationship, it can be with family members or whatever. It doesn't have to be like a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend type situation. Has any of your relationships, like, have you had any struggles since the pandemic started? Like, have you seen a change in any relationships that you currently have with anybody? Has it gotten worse or hasn't gotten stronger? Like, have you seen any difference in any of your relationships with anybody? Yeah. What has the pandemic done to your relationships with people that are in your life?
That's good. Go ahead and start, Shay, because I don't.
Okay, so for me, I would say what's been different with me is I think because I've again known my husband. I know I've said this before. I've known him for a long time. We've gotten to a point where we communicated a certain way, and I felt like through this pandemic we've had to learn to kind of alter that a little bit. One, I see him way more often than I ever did because obviously I don't work the same amount of hours I used to work before, and he was home a lot more than he was before. So I just think that it's been one of those things where I've had to learn how to truly communicate. Like, I felt like I was good at communicating before, but I felt like I had to get better. Like with truly my expectations, because again, you have to think about it. On a normal basis, are you around your partner all the time? Like, and I see him at night when I come home. I see him before I go to work, but during the day, I'm not really with him. You understand me? So if I'm around him more often, I have to communicate things way more often than I used to. I have to really tell him what's on my mind so it doesn't become a thing, or it doesn't become a thing where I'm annoyed because I'm around you so much now and you're doing things that's bothering me or whatever, like whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt like our bond has gotten stronger that way, that we've understood how important making time for each other is, and not letting certain things, and like planning and making sure that like we get stuff that we need to get done personally done, but we also make time for each other, because I think that's just really important, especially as you grow in a relationship, because a lot of times people tend to drift, and I don't ever want that to happen in our relationship. Understand what I'm saying? I want us to grow together. We may grow in different ways, but I want it to be growing in the same direction. And I think I've gotten closer with a lot of my family members. I call them more often. I make more of an effort to call. I make more of an effort to check in on them. I talk to my mother almost every day. I think before I wasn't really doing that, and that's just checking on her. And it's a good feeling. I value certain relationships that I have in my life. I value them so much more now. So I just find that I put more effort in them, and I think it's gotten stronger. I think this pandemic has taught me to just appreciate them so much more, and do what I can to make sure that they all know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
And that I don't only just say it, but I show it. So
that's good.
Mine's gotten stronger.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna have to take some of your points of trying to just be more appreciative and spending extra time with people, and making a time to do so. So yes, we still have to work and we still have to get our stuff together. But even a free time when I want to be because I'm very selfish with my own time. So I am known to, okay, I'm gonna work, but then I get stingy and say I need my time to myself. I don't have the time to be sharing with nobody. And again, it stems from a lot of reasons why. But I kind of being no, I know you want to have your time. You can always get your time. Mm-hmm. Go out and make the time to spend with other people. Go out, make the time to make some new memories. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to always make memories with just you, yourself, and I, which I make sure I do, honey. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's okay to share your time, Angela. I understand why you feel like you don't have the responsibilities to do so, because it's not a required thing from you. But now that these are your family friends, you need to act like this is what you got. You need to act as if this family that you just really, 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 really want to have, that's it. So if that was your mom, if that was your grandmother, if that was your brother and sister, would you go? You will go. So again, it goes back to that. So go spend the time. Go take the time out. Go make new memories with more people that you consider a love, a good part of your life with. Yeah. And don't be so stingy with your time, because I do get stingy.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Mr. Conweezy right now. I'm talking about, I see a lot of people have gotten, I'm gonna say the word big. A lot of people have gotten big because of COVID-19.
Boy, you see me being serious, you gonna sit here and throw some nonsense. But that's you though. That's you. I ain't even gonna.
You know what? I'm gonna address that anyway, because I feel like, okay, yes, people have put on you know how you normally put on your freshman 15. People have definitely put on the COVID 15 or maybe even 30. Okay, because you're at home, you're eating, you're chilling, you're not doing the activities and stuff that you used to do. I definitely put on weight that I was not happy about, and I joined the whole Herbalife, and I kind of got into all that stuff, and I lost 8 pounds, and I'm, we're going in the right direction. So I feel you, but again, like I just think it's during this pandemic or whatever, it's like you have to constantly learn to try to self-evaluate and also help lift people up, whether it's your relationships with your family or your friends or your whatever it is. Like we just have to learn to be more aware of our surroundings and what's going on in our own lives, and then evaluate it, figure out what it is that you don't like or you feel like needs to be fixed about it, make a plan, and then keep it moving. But just kind of like constantly on the move and not really ever evaluating is not going to help you, because all you do eventually is crash. And now then you're sitting there looking at yourself like, what did I do? And you don't know how you ended up there because you weren't willing to take a step back. And so I really, during this time, during the pandemic, I just really hope that people are, whatever it is you're struggling with, whether it's a relationship or not, that you guys are making sure that you are doing the work. This is the time. Like, we've never had this kind of time before. This is the time.
Acceptable. Yeah, it's more acceptable.
It's acceptable now to take the time to do what you need to do. So take it. Because
what I want
to add,
it's back to business. What I want to add to the effects of what COVID has done, this pandemic has done as a single person, okay? It has made you realize, girl, normalizing dating online, I have to normalize that, because how in the world am I gonna date in the normal way that I would love to, which is out and about? And honey, when I'm out and about, you can't even see who I am. I am masked up. I am like, I can't see who you are either, because I don't know what's going on beneath them eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I guess
of the pandemic as a single person, girl, it is real. Like, it is making me realize, okay, Angela, you just got to get on this, probably on these apps soon.
Okay, so I think so that was going to be my question. You think that because it looks like there's no near end to social distancing, not no time soon, I think we at least got another 18 months of this, honestly, close to. If this continues, are you more open to online dating? Sis, I just want to know, girl. I just want to know, like, because this is gonna be a lot of people's reality. This is something y'all really gonna have to decide. Like, would I be more open to online dating, knowing that maybe for the next year or two, I'm not really gonna have no interactions with nobody. So how am I going to get into any kind of situation unless it's with a friend? How you gonna get into a situation with anybody?
Girl, I have just been thinking about this so much, you guys, because time is ticking.
Oh my God.
Time is ticking. I have to be real right now. Time is ticking. So yes, my to me self is like, no, wait till this junk is over. Like, you don't have to be rushing on no app. What are you rushing on the app for? Like, get your focus together. Focus more on you. Forget this app. And it's just like, if I forget the app, he just gonna have to find me in a hashtag. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I am really going back and forth about adding myself on any type of app, because that means I have to focus my time now on dating, which this is why I never like the app, because the app makes you as like a chore. It's not a chore. That's so bad to say.
it kind of gets you back on kind of scrolling and constantly.
Yeah, I already have enough things I got going on. I have to go back into this another app, and I don't even like to. I'm just not the person with alerts. Like, I don't even have alerts on my phone for Instagram, for Twitter, for nobody. Unless it's a text message or email. So it just like, I would have to log in. You see how I feel? That is so negative. I would have to log in out everything I already got going on. Log in. Let me see what somebody said today. Let me check this DM. Let me swipe through his pictures. Oh, it's a yes. It's girl. And then I'm thinking about, as a believer, I'm thinking about, why am I looking for a guy? Like, I want it so old school to where I'm walking, or you stop me, or you see me, and you know, like, that's how I really want it to happen. I understand it can't happen like that unless he just see me through the mask. Honey, he's like, God has told me it's you. You take off that mask, I already know what's underneath that mask. You're just a beautiful woman, blah, blah, blah. Because, honey, above the mask, how I go out every day. I go out. I don't care. I go out
and oh my God. Okay. See, IG is getting on my nerves. Okay. IG is getting on my nerves. Oh, yeah,
Shayla's paused again.
I'm all the way.
And what is wrong with
I don't even understand what just happened.
She's good on YouTube, y'all, but not on IG.
What you say?
Let's see. Now you paused on. Okay. I think it's your Wi-Fi over there.
Lord. I just don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. It's just.
Shayla, it says, what you mean my Bumble page is popping right now? I don't have no Bumbles. I don't even know what that is. So Shayla is paused on YouTube and she's off of Instagram. Y'all, it's just me and 2 or 3 other people, 4 other people. So yeah, I'm just here by myself, you know. But to all my single people out there, I don't know, y'all. I can't be the spokesperson right now because I really don't know how this gonna go. And if they say in another 18 months, that means what? 2022? Oh my God. Like, child, I don't have the time to wait to 2022. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to really think of how I'm gonna do this. And I think I'm just gonna have to just do it and stop thinking about it and just see how it goes. I just hate putting myself out there like that. It just seems so desperate. It seems so desperate. But maybe it's not. But maybe it, you know, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And this sparkling water. So my face like it's frowning up. That's why. But I don't know where Shayla at. Shayla. But yeah, how do y'all feel about dating online? Because I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I just don't want to look desperate though. At all. Shay. You black over there. Okay, because I can't hear you because my headphones are to this, not to that. Hold on. Lord, if I refresh this, I don't know what's going to happen. The podcast. You still black on I can't hear you, but you still black over there. Great. People. This is so aggravating and it's so raggedy and I'm so over it. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I can hear echo.
I can't put the...
Do you have the computer down? Do you have...
The computer is down. It's on 2.
Do you have it plugged up or is it just open and free?
The phone is open because I need to put my charger on. It's on 5%. Even though it was on the whole hour before we got on.
So this is why Shayla thing kept messing up, because every time it says 20% left, 10% left, it does mess up the feed. Anyway, we have 2 minutes left on IG. We're going to go ahead and just end on IG tonight, you guys. I'm sorry that we are in the midst of who knows what right now. This podcast episode, I don't really know what to say about it, but we want to thank you guys for joining on IG tonight. We basically ended on dating. We had some other topics we want to talk about tonight, but we're gonna have to end it over here on YouTube. So if you guys want to see us on YouTube, come on over.
Yep.
And we're gonna get this thing together, because this ain't right. This ain't it. This ain't it over here. This ain't how things go. But because we're in a pandemic, it's acceptable, right? You guys forgive us. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end on IG, and we're gonna continue on YouTube. So let me end that. Share to IGTV. That was so raggedy. I'm sorry, podcast land. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, it just kept going in and out.
Yeah.
And then you started glitching on YouTube on my side, and I don't understand, because they're not even connected. So
yeah, I don't know. Let me just get this out of the way. Oh, the editing that has to go on tonight. Okay. All right, YouTube land. The last thing we were talking about was dating. We're going to go ahead and probably just wrap up with that. And because Master P is really on right now.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, Master P new series just started on BET. Who doesn't want to see the whole? I'm just mad he doesn't have a movie.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a movie, but the series is a good start. I guess it's good enough. Knowing him is a business move behind it. So if you guys have not watched Master P, make sure you guys go ahead and watch it. That was just a quick little plug. But yeah, to go back to this whole date in the pandemic, girl,
Well, Mr. Convoz said that, he feels like on dating apps, dudes are not really trying to do nothing other than, fool around. They're not trying to take it seriously. But I feel like in this day and age, you're kind of not going to have a choice if you truly want a relationship, because how you gonna meet people otherwise? I just don't know how else you're going to do it. Like, I don't know. I think there's good stories online. There's bad stories online.
Oh, great. It's good stories in person and bad
in person. That's what I was about to say. So it's like, at this point, you're taking a chance with either one, really.
Yeah. I guess I have to just see it as not being thirsty. I see it as being thirsty. I see it as, why are you so focused on these people? They should be focused on you. But if you're not there to be focused on,
there you go.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out how to go, because I'm really just so traditional. I want to be approached while I'm just out and about and just off guard.
Well, you already know what it is. You already know you gotta, pray over it, give it to him.
Oh,
he'll find a way for it to happen.
Let me just reel this in. Let me just make sure I make this plain and clear. You guys, I am not pressed. I am not stressed. I am not going through no craziness about no dating. What I do want to make sure I say is it's a reality that being single in a pandemic is going to be a little bit more difficult or different for me. It was already different for me when there was no pandemic. Okay. So it's just different for me. And this is a topic that we're talking about. People, I want y'all to understand this is a topic that we're on about relationships and pandemic. And for my reality, I am single. So trying to date in the next year, it has to be something has to give. So I just want to make sure I make it plain and clear. Your girl ain't over here, ain't waiting on the Lord. Because she surely is. But at the same time, and I ain't stressed about it, but at the same time, I understand that because we're in this situation, either I wait it out and just let him find me either on social media or just out and about somewhere, or I be a little bit progressive and just put myself out there on a platform, not on 10 of them, maybe 1 or 2. I got to cry before I walk. So maybe 1 or 2.
Not on 10 of them.
I'm not going to be checking these apps like, girl,
you'll be on 1. Knowing you'll be on 1.
1, and I'm
one you've done some good research on, and that's it.
Girl, and you know me, I'm probably even on that one. So I'm just trying to get the headspace of thinking outside the box for myself. So I just want to let you guys know, trust me. I just want you listen. I respect the prayers, but I ain't stressing over here about that. I want to get there because time is ticking. I am getting older. You know what I mean? However, I should be more pressed than I am. That's all I'm gonna say. But I ain't.
Got it.
But I know better. I know I have to put myself out there. Like,
okay,
I want to get married one day. Want to have kids. I want to have all of that. So I do have to just be a little bit more. Yeah, that podcast you don't see it, but gestures is here. And I can only just try, girl. I can only just try and do what I do and just be open. I'm open to love. I'm open to trying it out.
Amen.
It's just different, and it's just bothering me because it's different. But I have to think outside my box. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end. We had some other topics that we really thought we was gonna go ahead and talk about, but we would end on this one because this one next week doesn't really matter about us talking about this one next week. The other ones we can talk about next week. We're gonna talk about double standards real quick. We're gonna go ahead and end tonight with double standards.
Lord have mercy. Double standards.
We're gonna end tonight with double standards. And I want to know, is it a double standard? Because we have some males in our culture that has taken a watermelon challenge. Like the girls have taken a cucumber challenge. And I want to know, like, is it a double standard with that? Like, is it more acceptable for the watermelon challenge versus the cucumber challenge? And why is that?
Because it's dudes and not girls, you know, having something shoved down their throat. That is that basically.
Well, there we have it, people. We're gonna go ahead and end tonight. The time is up.
I just say, like, clearly, I mean, obviously, I don't want to see no girls do that, period, point blank. But I also don't really want to see no dudes do it either. I'm not even trying to be fun. Like, I just feel like some stuff is meant for your private time. It's not such like a PG way of saying it, but whatever. It's meant for your personal time. And I don't think that's something that should be shared with people. And so I'm not one who really thinks that, you know, it should be. I just think both of it
shouldn't be broadcasted. You meaning it shouldn't be broadcasted?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, I mean, again, I can't even say what I want. I'm married, so I can't say what I want to say. But I just think that that's not something you should be doing. Whether you're good or you look like you good at doing it or whatever. I just think that's just too much. It's team too much. It is. Like, come on, bro. You already are good looking. You are already good looking. Most people on here, and they're not doing that because they're not good looking or thought that they weren't going to get some kind of attention from it. I just think it's so unnecessary, bro. Like, it's so unnecessary. Like, you don't have to fall into that trap of having to do things for likes. It's just not necessary. Like, you're a good looking man. You could find a woman without doing that, and it's just not necessary. You're already eye candy. You don't need to do that. Females, y'all doing all that, and it's just not necessary. And I just think it's just giving too much away. I'm sorry. It's just giving too much away for me. I can't say other stuff that I want to say, out of respect for the hubby, but I can say it with him. I just ain't gonna say it right here.
So basically, you answered the question. So it's not a double standard. It's shouldn't just be done.
There is. I feel like in culturally, yes, there is a double standard, because I highly doubt you'll see people in masses saying you shouldn't be doing that, like they did with the young lady who did it. But I just think that it's wrong either way. My personal feeling. But is there a double standard for it in society? Of course. We're always gonna get a worser rap for doing something. A worse rap. I'm sorry, worser. That's not a word. Worse rap
right over here,
for
girl.
Doing something that a man will do, and it's just as demeaning or just as wrong, and it won't be seen that way because they're a man. So, but for me, they're both wrong. Period. Too much. Team too much.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing to say. Sheila has said it all.
Oh no, she didn't say no. I have nothing to say. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What? No, ma'am. What are your thoughts on this? Double standard or no?
I have nothing to say.
You know what? I'm done with you.
I brought it up. I just thought it was a great topic to discuss, to see.
Oh, she wrong. Yes, ladies.
I just feel, as a single woman, she's waiting to, there's nothing for me to say about this challenge.
Okay.
I think you have said it for brains and beauty.
I spoke for us both. There we go.
Well, there you have it, people. This is why we are brains and beauty times 2, because sometimes it just be like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and end tonight, I just want to thank everybody who has joined us and kept it through these glitches.
We apologize sincerely for the glitches, but hey, we can't control them, y'all. You just gotta.
Yeah, this is crazy. I guess this is the pandemic life of having glitches when you're trying to communicate well. But we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 72. 72 episodes, Shayla.
I know. We're almost at 100. That's like crazy.
Almost to 100. Like, girl.
Almost at 100. It's crazy.
We probably hit 100 on the days we probably did not record. Well, not really. Probably close. Not really, but closer.
But closer, yeah.
But 72, girl. We have done 72 episodes today.
I'm proud of us. Round of applause for us, guys. Pat on the back.
All right, y'all. So thank you all. Make sure you follow us. Subscribe to our podcast. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. We are on it's so hard to say them all together. iHeartRadio. Mm-hmm. We are on Stitcher. We are on, Google Play. We are on so many other ones, actually. So we want to thank everybody for joining and listening all the time on our podcast, and also watching us on YouTube and IG Live every week. Make sure you guys comment on our podcast pages. Let everybody know why you like us and listen to us and star us up. 5 stars only, honey. You know what I mean? Or 4. But if you put 4, you're lying. You're lying.
Except 5s.
Yeah, if you put 4, you're lying. So 5 stars only. Gun to the head. 5 stars only. Go ahead and rate us and let the world know why you listen to us and why you come back every week and listen and why you come back and watch. So we appreciate that. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. What about you?
Hey, we already know how we end this out. We let Miss Miami end it on out for us. I thank y'all for joining.
It's Angela.
Angela. I'm sorry, it's Angela.
No, it's Miami and Angela together. Okay.
Oh Lord.
All right, y'all. Okay. I'm done. It's the sparkling water. All right, so you're ready to leave. You ready to go?
I'm ready to hear you close it out, boo.
You ready to go? You ready to go? Good night, people. Good morning, my people, my beautiful people. And good afternoon if you are listening to this right now. We are Brains and Beauty, and we are out of here.
Deuces.